A Winnipeg man who was placed under the control of the public guardian and trustee of Manitoba is warning others that this could happen to them. He's been fighting for the past year to get control of his own life. The I-Team's Caroline Bargout has the story.
This is how Paul Cameron Miller used to earn a living. The Winnipeg musician has been writing songs, playing and teaching guitar for decades. For the past few months, the 65-year-old has relied on the kindness of friends to survive, ever since being placed under the care and control of the public guardian and trustee of Manitoba.
I've always looked after myself, and I always had my personal income.
That all changed nearly a year ago. Last December, Miller walked to a local pharmacy and froze his feet. He ended up in hospital for 6 months, where doctors diagnosed him with dementia. He believes his seizure medications interacted with whatever meds he was given, making him appear incapable of looking after himself. And he was placed under the care of the public guardian and trustee.
I was feeling really quite insulted by the time the whole thing had sort of had a chance to have me sort of collect myself here and have a chance to breathe and go, what have I just gone through? You know, and why?
Once a person is under the public trustee, they can no longer make decisions for themselves. They don't have access to their bank accounts, their finances, not even their social insurance number. When Miller was released from the hospital, he wasn't sent to live at home. Instead, he was sent to the Salvation Army homeless shelter. In fact, he still hasn't been able to go to his house, not even to get a coat. He now lives with his friend of 30 years, Kris Olafson.
He still doesn't have access to his medical records to find out how this all happened to begin with.
Olafson is now trying to help Miller get his life back.
You would have more rights if you were in a prison because they have say over everything that you do. So we're trying now to fight extremely hard to try to get him out of this system, to get his life back.
The public trustee is supposed to be a guardian of last resort. This law professor says getting out is not impossible, but it is an uphill battle.
Once a guardianship order has been granted, the adult will be seen as not being able to enter a contract. And if that's the case, the lawyer solicitor-client relationship is based on a contract. So it makes the hiring of a lawyer very, very challenging.
Miller hasn't been able to see inside his home for nearly a year. He had financial problems before going to hospital, but now he fears his house will go into foreclosure or be sold by the bank to pay off his debts.
I got through the angry part. Now it's time to get some justice here.
Miller is trying to get out from under the public trustee so he can decide what happens to his property. He's trying to get a lawyer and a doctor's note saying he's capable of managing his own life. Caroline Bargout, CBC News, Winnipeg.
And we can tell you Miller met with the trustee this afternoon. He believes the only reason that happened is because he told his story to CBC. They told him he will be allowed to go to his house and retrieve some of his belongings. The trustee also said they are looking at options to avoid foreclosure on his house. Now, if you have a tip for our I-Team, you can call our confidential tip line, the number on your screen there at 204-788-3744, or email iteam@cbc.ca.